Hey everybody, it's your boy Serg Dragon, and welcome back to another edition of Coronavirus! Evan Monsters Podcast. I'm just messing.
He's gonna make an RKO through his table right now.
What?
He's gonna make one RKO through his table.
No. Let me hand sanitize Beth Phoenix your ass. Yeah. With me today is T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
So as you can see, he's following the mayor's protocol. I'm just being standard.
Because you had to, because you might have to if you don't follow his protocol. Because they're saying that people.
I understand the curfew thing.
No, they're not.
I understand the curfew.
Everyone has to wear a mask because if you catch it, the coronavirus is up. Is also
Dude,
in the air.
I'm on Metro. Yeah. Cops ain't doing squat to people who don't have masks.
Yeah, but here's the thing: that coronavirus, you catch it from all that stuff is in the air too. Cool.
It's in the water. It's in the ocean. I'm not kidding. They said it. They proven tested. It's in the ocean. You know what that means? No seafood. I'm not fucking kidding.
Oh no, I didn't say you were. They all said
because I want to see if the sea life, marine life, can actually catch the coronavirus. If they do, we fucked because fish travel. Fish travel.
Because the bus driver died in Houston.
Still didn't hear about that. My mom looked for it.
It's on ABC. You gotta watch it on ABC.
My mom watches on ABC too.
And it's ABC, CBS. And
watches Channel 11. And they cover everything that's in Houston. I mean, everything. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying it's in Houston, they didn't cover it.
They did.
Which means it wasn't in Houston, bro.
The mayor just announced it. And they mentioned it on the news too.
You said just now, you said that earlier this week.
Yesterday and today. They said it again.
Sounds like the mayor of Houston is scared as fuck.
No, everyone's scared because like a lot of people die from that.
I'm not saying no. I'm not. Just be cautious. I'm taking. I'm not saying I'm not a germaphobe, but even I'm taking cautions. Every time I get home, I'm having my mom Lysol the backside of my pants. I'm changing my pants. I'll do that, but I'm not gonna walk around wearing a mask all the time. Case in point, I need to breathe. If I cough, then you better believe I'm gonna cover my face. If I'm walking outside, I got my mask. I Lysol this when I get home. They say you're not supposed to. I let it sit. I let it sit out. Just overnight. Wake up 12 to 14 hours, 16 hours later. Wait, let's go.
But they say you never.
It don't smell.
Yeah, but they say you
after that little period of time.
Yeah, but they say you never know you can get caught. You might have it if you don't put your mask on.
Shit, you can catch it if you just push a button and you touch on everything else. They said, this is what you do too. Because when you're playing on your phone, you're going on this and that. And
anything you can catch from the air and.
Yeah, be sure to do this. This is what I do. See, this is my phone. I check your phone. And why are we blurring? Damn.
And they said make sure you put.
There you go.
Make sure you put some alcohol on your phone. That's what
this is what I do. Because here's the speaker. So avoid this part. Because as far as I'm concerned, I don't even use my phone for calling. I use this one. And it has an internal speaker and internal battery. Mm-hmm. So when I do this with my phone, watch this. Screen first. Do that. Just don't touch this part. There you go. Rub it. Sanitize that son of a bitch. And then wipe it with a cloth or a hand towel, whatever. I just did that. You saw that? Look, it's still shining. And it still works just fine. I don't know what other phones though.
And they also mentioned today, I don't know if everyone saw this, a person who went to grocery shopping who didn't have his mask on, all of a sudden passed away.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't mess with my phone because it was too wet. This is one of those phones. If you got it wet, it will start circuiting, malfunctioning because it will start registering every wet part of the screen as a finger.
And they also mentioned
this is LG G5. So
yeah, I'm saying
I don't know about iPhones.
Just make sure everyone wear their mask when they go grocery shopping because
that I can agree on because people like me who have either hay fever or allergies. I got allergies. I thought I had hay fever, but I looked up the definition. I don't got hay fever.
No, they're saying if you don't have anything, you still have to wear it.
Yeah.
And
fun fact, This don't help shit when you're catching the virus. Cause you cover all this, you're not covering this. Someone coughs, it goes that way. It goes everywhere. It's an invisible mist, fog.
Yeah, I've had social distance. You can't.
Yeah, that's what they do. Us, we good because we work with chemicals, for Pete's sakes. We literally have the chemicals that work like Lysol, bleach and all that. We have bleach. Mm-hmm. We have all that. Mm-hmm. We have, what do you call it? What's the word? Corrosive acid base. So it's like bleach.
Clorox?
No. Just to name a few, we have Clorox. We have the paste. Yeah. We put that in the toilets, as well as the other chemicals used for the toilets inside the toilet bowl would be Formula Q&A and M95.
Because they said people in their 30s and 20s could die from that.
Also with people with bad immune system, like my mom right now. That's why I have to be cautious, because I don't want her catching it if I could bring it to the house, of all things. So I can tell you I'm being cautious. I'm not scared of it for my sake, because I know I got a good immune system. But as far as my mom, that's what worries me.
But you still gotta wear it, because you know whoever.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'll wear this. I'm not gonna say no. Yeah. But this don't do squat. This is for your sake, for you. So when you wear this mask, it's for you. For when you go, or because you don't know if you're a carrier. This is self-containing. This ain't for, like, if he sneezes, shield. It don't do shit. That's the truth. So if you're wearing this outdoors and expecting this is supposed to be a shield, you ain't covering your eyes, you ain't covering your ears, you ain't covering your hair particles, you ain't skin absorbent. We take in water. You ever sit in a tub for a long period of times and your tips of your fingers get wrinkly? Skin absorbent. What is germs? Living little things that crawl up on you.
Yeah, but let's say you're safe.
And they go into your body.
But they're saying you're safe at home. You have to worry about wearing a mask at home. It's just that you have to wear a mask outside.
No, here's a fun fact. If we're safe at home, how the hell did 3 prison inmates who didn't leave the premises when this was all going down, before this was all going down, catch it? That was security guards.
Like I said, coronavirus could be up in the air.
I mean, somebody wasn't checking them like they should be. Somebody screwed up big time on the health checkup.
They probably was close to each other.
Doesn't change the fact. It was on his clothes, too. If he goes home in that uniform and somebody coughed, there you go. Mm-hmm. I coughed, but when I cough, it's mostly because of congestion. When notified, it said that people with liquid, if you ain't got no liquid and you coughing, that might be signs. And you got to have shivers, aches, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't have none of that. I just have annoying or soreness of the throat when I wake up, and phlegma. That means spit.
Oh, that's not. They're just talking about if you get.
Yeah, but people who do that, like I have when it first came out, I'm just having my mask on and I cough, and a bunch of girls in the back were screaming, Corona! I'm like, figured this was going to happen.
Yeah, because like they said, they say once you get it, you can get it in the bus if it's not sanitized.
Yeah. Between stops, yeah.
No, inside. They say you can get it inside.
Yeah, between stops, yeah. Doors open. People come and go. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say no.
Or if people been riding in it before you can still get it.
Definitely. On the seats. That's why when I go in, I have the intention of don't touch nothing. The only time is when I'm getting off and I have to touch that button, if I have to. Because when I do, I go in, touch the button with the pinky, and I have that extended like freaking Englishmen with the T, like with their T, like this. The whole damn time, the pinky is extended.
So that's why they're saying, that's how people.
And then when I get off the bus, or hell, before I get off the bus, I do this. I just don't touch. Wait, sit down, wait for the bus to fully stop, then get your ass up. and walk out. And put the hand sanitizer on if you had to touch the button.
Yeah, but here's the thing on the news. Bro.
And this is another issue right here that I'm having this with. I'm mopping the floors like crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think hand sanitizer is a good chemical mix-up with the freaking wax floor. The spots won't go away. Even though you mop it, it looks like you got them. They fade away and then you let it dry. They're right back.
But here's what the mayor and the president. Here's what the mayor and president saying.
Yeah.
They've been saying this for 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Well,
it's been 3 weeks. This is the third week.
No, the mayor said it for 2 weeks. The president said it 2 weeks. Don't ever catch a bus ride, get a ride from a family member or a friend.
If that's the case, then why is the metro still running?
Because they haven't been caught.
They haven't been caught?
Yes, they haven't been caught by the police.
Who?
The metros.
Dude, Metro Police.
No, I'm talking about Houston Police Department, not the Metro Police.
No, if it's police, it's part of the police system. It's a different faction, but it's still police. They work with it. They allowing the Metro service to still run. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what the mayor and the president is saying. Don't ever get a ride because you never know. You can get it. They said you should just cancel or get a ride and get a ride from family members.
There's not. Not if you work as far as we do. Not just me, you too.
But here, you too.
You too.
But here's the thing. Right now, they just announced that they're closing down some of the pro office.
You better check that up with them. Because, like I said, if they work, we work.
No,
if they don't work, then we don't come in.
No. My sister, she was working at it, and they closed that down. So now she's working at home.
Mm-hmm. But we still got people coming here.
Yeah.
You heard it from one of the supervisors here. Mm-hmm. They're being told to come in.
Yep. By
the mayor himself. That's contradiction right there. Mm-hmm. That is a flat out contradiction. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, that's our update on this part. Let's go ahead and get back to Monday Night Raw, starting with April 6th of Monday Night Raw, and then followed by April 8th of NXT. Oh, and it's going to be a good one. So here we go with the Monday Night Raw. Shout it out, my brother.
Asuka versus Liv Morgan.
In this match, Liv Morgan had won her match previously at WrestleMania in the kickoff show on Saturday. Wait, it wasn't Saturday. It was Sunday. Because that's when Mikey and Chris came over. And Liv Morgan defeated Asuka, hoping to go on Natalya at WrestleMania. Hoping to continue her winning streak against Asuka, she ended up sadly losing and not having that same win. Good to say. And I got hand sanitizer. You've seen me putting the hand sanitizer. You need to sanitize your phone. We'll get that disinfectant wipes.
All right, got it.
There you go. Very good. So you don't bring that to your family.
My family.
I know your family. It's germophobic. They're terrified, right?
They just told me
terrified.
No, they just told me to put on hand sanitizer on before I leave, so I do it.
Same with my mom. In which case, next up, because Asuka won that match, we're doing a speed run now.
The Raw Tag Teams, the Street Profits versus Angel Garza and Austin Theory.
Viva disqualification, thanks to the efforts of Zelina Vega, the manager of Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Then comes, I forget his name, his wife, Ford? Theory. Montez Ford's wife comes out, Bianca Belair, to help. And also in the next moment, we have a match between those two women. Go ahead, bro.
Bianca Belair versus Zelina Vega.
Ends in a what?
No contest.
Because Bianca Belair just kept whooping her ass. And it ultimately ended in a no contest. That sucks. And then that's right, because then the guys get involved and they start brawling outside and it just becomes a freaking match between all of them. But there was no match. So it was just a fight between them. Sorry, I said match. So that would be what happened in that case. The last person standing in the ring were, of course, the Street Profits and Montez Ford's wife, Bianca Belair. All the Hispanics are just running. I don't even know if Austin Theory is Hispanic. I think it's just a different type of Caucasian.
I think he might be Italian, probably.
Oh, it does become a mixed tag team match now. What the hell? I was right. There you go.
Bianca Belair and the Raw tag teams, the Street Profits versus Zelina Vega, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory.
After such a bout, it would be the baby faces that win, with Street Profit and Bianca Belair owning Zelina, Angel, and Austin Theory. I have to say that. Next up,
Aleister Black versus Apollo Crews.
seeing as that he hasn't been getting airtime and Aleister Black has been getting plenty of it, we finally see Austin Creed. And yes, apparently, well, that's something else. Our boy Mikey, shout out to
Austin Creed.
Austin Creed?
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. Apollo Crews hadn't been getting any airtime, but our boy, shout out to our boy Mikey. He was right. They didn't announce anything, but there is a draft going on around, in which case Bianca Belair has been moved to Raw from NXT, as well as Apollo Crews is now officially from Monday Night Raw now on to Friday Night SmackDown to Monday Night Raw.
Well, it's not exactly a draft. Mr. Man picks the person he wants to go either Raw or SmackDown. He picks.
Yeah, but they called it a draft. They said drafted. That's what they said.
Yeah, but they supposed.
I'm just telling you what I heard on the TV.
Yeah, that's their line, but it's not really true.
Yeah, it's kind of like a draft if you think about it. They went from one brand to the other. That's a draft.
Some
transfer.
Some NXT don't want to go, but if Miss Man wants you to go, you have to go.
Yep. In which case, this was one hell of a fine match that these two set out between Black and Cruz, and these guys laid it all in the ring, but Aleister Black for the win. Apollo Crews shakes his hand in respect. And Aleister Black is more than happy because he was the one who extended it. Next up, we have an interesting tag team match, my brother.
Ricochet and Serg Alexander versus Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. I'm going to call it interesting, but it's alright.
The reason why is because these two, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, were all over the place. God damn, they were like a high-speed... They weren't kidding. These are living game control characters. They're all over the place going... Like, damn! It's like seeing these two going in a 3D image of a freaking fighting game. It's just all over the place. Who's smashing the buttons?
You mean high flyers?
Yeah, the high flyers. What did I say?
You said, you didn't use the word, but that's what they call them, high flyers.
The high flyers?
Yeah.
Well, what did I say?
They look like some, it's something.
I don't even know. Go back and find out what I said. Anyway, in this match, of course, with the hype of these two going at it, it would be Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch that take a L for a loss. For the W goes to Ricochet and Cedric Alexander, and they are looking to be a well-oiled tag team going in.
But it's like a one-time thing. It's not like they're going to...
It's just the second week they've been together.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Looking good. Pretty good. Next up.
Seth Rollins versus Denzel the Jornet.
Coming from NXT, don't know if he's a permanent resident on Raw yet, but after the loss, 2 losses. They said it. 2 losses. I called it. And I preview when I read, like, wait a minute. Disqualification and loss. Pinfall. Oh, he lost twice at WrestleMania. Really tarnishing his WrestleMania record, in which case he takes it out on poor Denzel. Oh, wrong place, wrong time, dude. Wrong place, wrong time. And of course, the return of the Samoan irresistible force, Nia Jax. She goes against
Deonna Purrazzo.
Yep, superstar who was also on NXT and been getting a lot of airtime on both main brands of Raw and SmackDown. Still no word on which this chick is going to be on. But nonetheless, Nia Jax wrecks her. Straight up. Won the match. Next up is returning
Humberto Carrillo versus Brendan Vink.
Don't know Brendan Vink, but hey man, you had a spotlight with the Humberto. Because Humberto won that match. Straight up.
No, it's actually no. It's probably they just treat them like they're amateur wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. They're green, as Booker T said. They're green. Actually, that was Stone Cold who said that.
Because they've been doing this since for years. So.
And finally, this is interesting. They covered this on Monday Night Raw as the main event. And apparently, this happened seconds after Drew McIntyre beat Brock Lesnar with 4 Claymores all together throughout that match to win the WWE Championship. And he has to go up against Big Show right after that?
Yeah. See how good. Well, they're just trying to see how good Drew McIntyre really is.
In which case, yeah.
I got the reason why they said it.
He taunts him, eggs him on, and then finally the thing that puts him to agree to this match right after fighting Brock Lesnar, smack to the face, and that was a big ass slap. And he took it like a champ because he is the new champion, and he defeated. Oh wait,
it was reported that the PW Insider is reporting that the decision to do this was because the company wanted to put McIntyre over as strongly as possible, and that's why they had Big Show lose to him at the same night as beating Brock Lesnar.
Gotta admit, Big Show gave him a fight.
And the idea was to show McIntyre beating both Lesnar and Big Show in succession, taking out 2 of the biggest beasts in the company is one fell swoop.
Kevin Owens wasn't the only one to have 2 wins at WrestleMania 36. Although the difference is the title was on the line for both matches for Drew McIntyre. His retrieving and his first defense in the same damn night. Or recording. Because this WrestleMania was recorded days, maybe even a week before in advance. And just aired afterwards. That's the fun thing about an empty stadium, my brother. Empty stadium. Where we watch the magic of editing. That's what ended the show.
Actually, it wasn't editing.
There was some editing. I'll say that.
Yeah, they said it.
If you look at the commentary, that it literally went with what we were watching. Yeah. So there was some editing. Make no mistake about that. It's no different than how I edit this half the time. If it overlaps, I have to separate and combine with another function of an app. And in which case, that would be the end with Big Show losing to Drew McIntyre after the WrestleMania event. That was a bonus. Go ahead and look up NXT. While he does that, a shout out to our fellow brethren who is at home, and I hope to see if any of you are willing to once again come to my place at Sunday so we can cover the remaining podcasts, because we're not going to be able to cover it all.
You know everybody's supposed to stay at home, bro.
No, they can go out. It's just they got to be cautious. And we were cautious. We had hand sanitizer, masks, gloves, and Lysol spray.
But they're saying you guys down because they don't want you to be close to people, bro.
Don't live in too much fear. That don't hurt. No, that don't help.
Because they don't want you in there like...
Nah. I say don't live in too much fear. Don't bring in a whole group of people, like 10 people. Don't do that.
No.
Not even maybe 8 people. No, don't do that. But 2's fine. So if Xavier, Chris, or Mikey again would like to come over to my place, you're more than welcome. And my mom said it already. She'll come pick you up, Mikey. Chris, you live further. That would be the issue. We'll see. I see if my mom will pick you up. If you want to. That's another thing. Cause Chris will, I'll tell you about my boys. One thing they don't give a damn. They'll ride on the bus and won't even tell you, ahead of time. They'll just come early. When you tell them to come around at 5, they'll be there at 3 o'clock. They'll be at 3. God damn, we had things to do. What the hell? And that's what we did. We took on WrestleMania part 2. We took them for our errands. We were doing laundry.
Well, it probably was because their parents had something to do. Right?
No, that's them. They grown ass men. They just looked skinny, but they grown ass men. And they came to my pad. No, they my bros.
That's it.
You my bro. They
probably that's probably the reason the parents said we're gonna take you early Because we might some.
No, they rode Metro. Both of them.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Told you. And I told them too. We're going to be cautious. We're going to have the hand sanitizer. We're going to have the set. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. I Lysol their butts and backsides and fronts and shoes. I told them we're going to take cautious. We want you to be able to come over to my pad again and go home safe. Well, that's what we did. Told you. I'm cautious. I'm not a germaphobe, but considering what's going on, I'm being cautious. I'm being a strategist right now. And so is my mom. In which case, shout out, like I said, to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the description down below. And a remaining shout out to Renee Farrell, Chris Petrie, Delvin, and our boy T-Money right here. So, they covered WWE backstage. They actually had the interview on FaceTime with Drew McIntyre, and he said that he had to watch the event because it was already recorded, and he had to watch it again because he didn't want to pull out that title until he saw that new WWE champion Drew McIntyre, because then if he said Brock Lesnar is the winner, he's like, oh, it's not real. It's not real. Until they say it's not real. That was funny. Also, we also have a sit down with, what do you call it? Christian, Paige, Booker T, along with Renee Young, and they just talking about what's going on, what's this, their reactions to how The Undertaker against AJ Styles Boneyard match, as well as John Cena and Bray Wyatt, The Fiend Funhouse, Firefly Funhouse match. All of this is just awesome or crazy in every sense of the word. Even Booker T said he has to watch it over and over and over just to understand what the hell happened. What hidden messages? We saw a lot of that. We were just watching this and just like, this is a Twilight Zone looking match. Wouldn't you agree?
I said probably like a scary movie.
So many different shades of John Cena and Bray Wyatt playing what? Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff? What the fuck? What the fuck? John Cena. I mean, Bray Wyatt was Eric Bischoff. You saw that. And John Cena was Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Like, huh?
But he did his own. He had. I don't think he did that Hulk Hogan did was like the belt with the NWO logo on it.
And that would be it to cover on WWE Backstage. So let's go ahead and do another speed run with NXT. And like I said, this is a good one. This is a good one. Go ahead. What's the first match, my brother?
Io Shirai versus.
Oh, all the contenders in the ladder match. We had Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai with that powerhouse one. Her name is very easy, but I forget. I know it's two simple Spanish names, first and last. And then we also had Tegan Nox.
But she wasn't exactly in the ring in the match.
She was in the match. She was helping Dakota Kai throughout the whole damn thing. Mia Yim also included Chelsea Green. Okay, we got Io Shirai, Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Chelsea Green. There you go. All six. Plus that woman that was helping Dakota Kai.
But she was like the bodyguard.
Uh-huh. Enforcer. Backup. Wild card. Which case, we got all this going on in this match. This was top of the line, the way to start out the night. I kid you not. But since we're doing a speed run, I'm just going to mention this. Women went through ladders, dude. Aluminum ladders, but they're still metal. That hurts like a son of a bitch when you go right onto that from, 3, 4 feet, 5 feet. That hurts like a mother. And especially if it doesn't break. Especially if it doesn't break. And there was a lot of them that didn't. That women who hit it with, hold up.
No, go ahead.
Okay. All in all, the whole time, women were falling. And Chelsea Green had help from her, Mr. Stone or Brown Stone, whatever you want to call him. It didn't help. They both got shoot up, and she had a bad leg. Chelsea Green, rising star, definitely had this going in for this match. And You knew this was going to happen. All three women that had beef with Dakota Kai, they triple tag team against three on one handicap, even with the enforcer. They all get their asses whooped, including Mia Yim, who threw, with the help of Dakota Kai, that enforcer. What was ever that woman's name? It's something so damn easy that I've heard it and I forgot.
Wild card something has to do with casino, bro.
Damn it! I hate my brain right now.
A wild card is something that has something a person who.
Yeah, the enforcer. The enforcer took Dakota Kai. Just say that.
Yeah.
Well, the enforcer went through, thanks to Mia Yim powerbombing her through a table, and she went through it as well, sadly. And Tegan Knox was taken out. But it would finally be between Candice LeRae and Io Shirai. And Io Shirai yanked her face, her eyes, and she pushed her. And she went straight onto that freaking ladder that was set up between the ropes in the corner of the ring. I did not bend or back out. With no one else in the ring who was already laid out. Everybody was laid out. Io Shirai had easy pickings to the briefcase that guaranteed her a title shot at the new NXT Women's Champion, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. So now the number one contender is assured in Io Shirai. Fun fact, before the match started, when she entered the ring first, above all anyone else, is the fact that the announcers on commentary said that when she first came to WWE, her dream match was with none other than the Queen Sharmell, and she's going to get that wish with the title on the line. When? We'll have to wait and see. Next up. Ooh, good. Mm-hmm.
Indus Sheer versus Ever Rise.
Indus Sheer is a new tag team run by who?
Malcolm Bivens.
And who does he remind you of?
Teddy Long.
Say it out loud, my brother.
Teddy Long.
In what era?
The Ruthless Aggression era.
There you go. So now we got these two Middle Easterns. I don't know exactly where they're from. They could be from two different areas of Middle East, but Hindi, Saudi Arabia, I don't know. I'm not acquainted with that area. Let alone, I'm not good with geography to begin with. So I'm just saying, I don't know. But these guys, man, these two would take on Ever Rise, talent on NXT for quite some time, but just haven't been getting any airtime. They get wrecked by this new tag team with a different style of finishing move. One big guy who's 6'8", and the other big guy goes on the top rope while the big guy has him in the backbreaker position on one knee, and he goes in for a flying elbow onto the guy's torso. Ow! He could have hit his head and went.
Because the Billy big guy is like a brawler and grappler. That dude is like a let's say
Powerhouse.
Well, the big guy is powerhouse and a grappler.
Mm-hmm.
The other dude is like a technician and a brawler.
Striker. Oh, there is strong style.
That's just like a dude who moves fast. Like that's what they call it, strong style.
Yep, they won. Finally, a match that literally took up so much time and had depths of suspense. Let me tell you. There you go, my brother. Mention it.
Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Why don't people call it that though?
Ciampa.
No, people usually prefer him that name though.
Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa. There's no H. Where the hell do you get the H?
Yeah, because you say I, you can see.
Tommaso Ciampa.
See, but like see. That's how people pronounce it.
Ciampa.
Yeah, that's how people
It's
pronounce it.
Ciampa. But they say Ciampa. I don't know either. But that's what I hear. That's what I call him, okay? That's what I hear. I got a hearing problem or everybody else does. I don't know. You know what's funny? I was watching this while playing Pokemon. on my freaking Nintendo Switch. I was playing a little Pokemon Quest. Check it out. It's actually pretty fun. It's like an app on your freaking game, I swear. Anyway, this match from the get-go, they were called in, no music for either of them. Triple H already in the ring with a steel chair and tells him, Once I leave this door, it's way over there. Match starts. Whatever the referee says, goes. They was just talking at first, taunting each other. Then they went straight, slugging it out, pulling moves, dirty-handed tactics, submissions, dirty submissions with tools. They went outside the arena. They fought outside. It was like a street fight. It was like an unsanctioned match, basically. That's what it usually is. They took it up onto the truck, onto the cargo truck, just like Edge and Randy Orton did at WrestleMania. So this is the second time this has been done. And theirs was outside.
Actually, it's more than the second time, bro.
I asked Chris. He said it hasn't. You can't. He would call from anything from Ring of Honor, New Japan, NWA, TNA, WCW, or WWE.
Actually,
so what do you know?
Because I seen this back in. Cause I watched back in the day, 1997.
Okay. What match?
And the match between Cactus Jack and Triple H. They did something like that too.
On the back of the cargo?
Yeah.
Moving truck? Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's been, what year?
1997.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 decades ago. That's why it's hard to imagine. It was on television or pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view and television.
Which case, this would go on for so long, and they take their asses back to the arena, and they start tearing up the arena. Literally, they're tearing up the ring. They literally take up cords. He starts choking him. He starts this. He exposes the boards underneath the mat. And these two are just swinging at each other, just beating living hell out of each other on their knees. And then Candice LeRae, the wife of Johnny Gargano, comes in after her loss in the ladder match. And this match was scheduled for TakeOver Tampa, Florida. So they just had the NXT on the skull with the pirate thing with NXT written on it. No longer Tampa. And had TakeOver on the screen. Just for the record. That's why I was iffy the last week. Because I was like thinking, wait, did they say Tampa? No, they had NXT. They edited. So she was there too. She was there when Johnny Gargano was introduced.
Because Tampa told WWE that they're not going to have that pay-per-view. They're not going to have no.
It's going to be on NXT. Yeah. Like a regular episode on USA channel.
They're not going to do, they're not going to have.
Free.
They wanted Tampa Bay to work with them, but they said no. Because of coronavirus.
Which case, it would get so far that Candice LeRae actually says, you want me to, if you finish him, I don't even like my husband no more. You ain't gonna finish him? Fine, I'll do it. She kicks him in the nuts, low explosive. And for a second there, he's having to take his breath, and I can already see the thought pattern. He's like, damn, your wife just did that. Your wife just hit you in the nuts. I can only imagine my wife.
No, it wasn't an attack. It was like
no, that's what I'm thinking he's thinking. That's what I'm thinking he's thinking. Because if I had to be in Tommaso's shoes right now, I'm thinking, God, that's what's probably going in his mind. He's like thinking, what is my wife thinking if that's Candice?
No, it was like a thought. That was like a surprise pattern.
Yeah, but he sat there for a while. He's like sitting there with his head down. Like, that's what I'm thinking he's going through his head. And he's apologizing. He's saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're trying to make it up. And then Candice LeRae comes from behind and hits him with a low blow. And all you see is Johnny Gargano smiling as he reaches inside his pants. And I knew it. Before he even pulled it out, he pulls out a cup. Protection. He pulls out a cup, bro.
Yeah. That's because like,
this was planned.
Yeah, it's set up.
Him and his wife went dirty. They turned heel. Both of them turned heel. She was a baby face earlier in the show. And now she's turned heel. Goddamn, for her husband. And the match didn't even end. It just said, you lost. You lost. And he just freaking hits him with his own finisher. Nightmare, whatever you call it, broken dream, whatever you call it. He just flats him with his Tommaso Ciampa's own move. And that's it. They went home in the car. Ciampa is just veiny as hell because it hurts like hell. And they're laughing it all the way to the end. Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it ended. Triple H said it. End this. We're not going to see this again. It's a long time. We're talking a year, 2 or 3. We're not going to see Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano because Triple H said it. That ends there.
If they agree, but you never know what could happen. They might not. He might.
They do this again. They're gone. They're gone. Triple H said it. You don't finish it here, y'all gone. One or both of you are gone. Storyline wise, if this is for real, or this is just staged,
it's just a storyline.
That I'm just letting you know. I see that. So they gotta put it off.
All
Alright, we'll be right back, y'all. Alright, your 2 cents? Alright then. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this podcast. You like this video? Give it a thumbs up. You didn't? Give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button and like the content. And hit that notification, if you would please, for the next Heaven's Monsters podcast. I'm Serg Dragon. This is T-Money. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.